Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today's video is on how to build on the brand new free Arthur. So this Arthur is obtainable during the current anniversary and is obtained by using the box, like ticket system where you get the boxes, and then you're lucky, you get the reward before the pity, which is 50 tickets. But I finally pulled him, had to go pity to every single one, which was sort of irritating. But we have him now. I can do how to build for him. If you're wondering why he's not leveled up, he's not level 60. I've been putting pretty much all of my mats into Lost Vein to try and get him ready to LR, because I can LR him next Monday, and then I'll have a video on me LRing him next Monday, and yeah, content. But currently, I'm going to have to build for Arthur. So first let's look at his stats. Of course, he is not super awakened, so, you know, there's a little bit of, I've done a little bit of looking at his defense-related stats, don't worry. So here's a tank. It's very, very high lifesteal, especially for a human and for someone who's not SA'd. His crit resistance and crit defense are pretty low. I'm pretty sure crit resistance is like close to 80%. His crit defense is around 80% as well when you SA6 him, which isn't too bad. 80% is like the average character, not including anniversaries, that have stupidly high stats for some reason. But lifesteal is very high. I'm pretty sure he rivals like Purgatory. Yeah, he rivals a lot of the demons with lifesteal. Like Purgatory. He has more lifesteal than Purgatory Melee, which is insane, especially for humans. So humans are always known for having a very low lifesteal. For example, the Ultimate One only has 4% lifesteal, which is nothing. But this guy has a lot. Onto his cards. So he has a Deplete Old Gauge single target card. Unfortunately, it's not the new one. I don't understand why they keep adding the old one. If you had had the new one, it would have been very useful. But 1, 1, 3 isn't too bad, but I would have preferred 1, 2, 3, which a few characters have. Onto his stance. So this is his key part of his kit, which is his stance. Level 1, 1 turn, level 2, 2 turns, level 3, 2 turns. But it assumes a stance which grants debuff immunity, so he can't be debuffed by Barn, so he can't be one-shot pretty much, for 1 turn. Heals 20% of diminished HP at the start of the turn. Let's just say you mix that with Red Tomio Link, you're going to be healing a lot. I'm not sure if it counts the diminished HP, or does it go off the percentage of diminished HP? I'm not too sure, but it's still a pretty good taunt. This is the same one as Rimmer. Of course, it doesn't increase his defense, but that's okay because his passive, when we get to that, will help quite a bit. But the ability to grant debuff immunity is pretty useful, especially when encroachment's a big thing. You know, you've got Philo, you've got all these characters that rely heavily on debuff. Spawn is another good one. Melee gets 40% extra damage if you're debuffed. It gives him debuff immunity, which means you're going to take a lot less damage from, you know, a lot of the debuff-based characters, which is pretty good, especially when he's your tank in comparison to the other Arthur that would get absolutely blitzed by a Starosa. Onto his ultimate, he has the standard detonate single target ult that the other red Arthur has. This is literally just a copy of red Arthur, pretty much. The red Excalibur Arthur. But same ultimate, unfortunately at the moment you can only get him on 6. It's literally impossible to get any higher, and what I think they're going to do is do the same thing they did with Greenmore, which is they'll just release copies now and again in events. So that's the only way you'll be able to level him up. So you will have lower CC than most characters for now, until of course they release more copies of him for free. But it's not too bad. Onto his passive. So his passive is pretty big, especially for the fact that it works in the back as well. So he's a human back support character. But his passive is really good. So increase the allies' max HP, human allies, by 10% for each human ally on the battlefield. Bear in mind this is only your side, and is on the up front. The character at the back does not count. Whenever the hero assumes a stance, so whenever Arthur uses a stance, 1 debuff effect is removed from each ally, and allies' crit defense increased by 5% for every debuff effect applied to them. So these parts are 2 different parts, so whenever he stances, he removes 1 debuff, random debuff, off your allies. Of all of them, 1 off each. And for every debuff you have on your team, your entire team, even if it's less, you've only got to have 10 debuffs in total on your team, will give you 5% crit defense per debuff. So you're looking at 50% crit defense, which is pretty good. Especially if you're running already a pretty tanky character as is. You know, you're running the Ultimate One, you're running Null for me as well. Don't know why, but you just want to run Null for me as well just to tank a little bit better. You know, you're looking at a very tanky team. Plus also the increased HP is very good because we haven't had a HP booster for humans in a very long time, but I do think that humans need to step away from HP based like increases and go to basic stats in general, because that's what a lot of other races have. You've got goddesses, demons. Well, demons is mostly attack related stats. You've got goddesses, which is pretty much just basic stats, and you've got unknowns, which are basic stats. You don't have like there's no one race that has like collectively all of the stat boosts. There's no sub stat boost and basic stat boost. It's either basic stat or sub substats. Onto his relic. So his relic is from Bird, so it's pretty easy to obtain. If the hero survives with HP less than 20%, less or equal to 20%, removes debuffs, and the hero fully restores all HP. So of course, the Red Tomio Link, it's probably not the best relic, but Red Tomio I would say is definitely the better one to play, as his stance doesn't actually increase his defense, so you wouldn't actually get much healing from Blue Tomio anyway. Onto gear, he is a HP defense character. He's a tank, so you know, he just wants to get hit a lot. I think he'll probably perform better in ungeared than geared, because geared, of course, you know, attack crit dam into HP. Even a tank like Arthur would struggle trying to beat, you know, an attack crit dam high DPS character. Most characters struggle to survive that. So ungeared would probably be the place where he shines. He's able to boost everyone's HP. You know, he's running with Reinhard. And the thing is, the problem is that Arthur's pretty much only been the proper big human stat booster, and replacing Arthur with Arthur, yeah, maybe isn't the best. Onto outfits. So these are all the free ones. I've not bought any Arthur outfits. If you bought the ones from the Hawk Pass a while ago, you will have one extra set of outfits than. Actually, no. Yeah, you have one extra set of outfits than me, because I didn't buy that Hawk Pass outfit because I didn't have Arthur at the time. So, the stats from the relic is not the worst. A lot of attacks are obviously very good for CC. Defense is pretty good, HP is on the low side, but I guess having high attack and the higher defense will help, especially because he doesn't increase his own defense and he has quite a lot of lifesteal, so the more attack he has, the more he can lifesteal, which is good as well. Overall, do I think that he's a good character? Yes, I do think he has potential. I just think the only reason he really has potential is because his passive is good, he's got a good stance card, his relic is pretty useless for him, you know, unless, you know, the odd circumstance where it does work. His ultimate isn't the strongest, his attack card isn't the best, but overall his passive seems very good, especially when we're getting into a meta now where you've got like characters like Barn that have guaranteed crits. Having a really high crit defense would mean that sometimes his crits may not do that much, which is really what you would want. You want to try and nerf those attack related stats very much. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, make a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.